Blog Talk Radio.
Aloha, everyone. This is Jennifer O. and my co-host. Go right into that.
It's like she never knows my name. Aloha, Takahiaka. My name is Bob, also known as Kaleo Pu'uvai, which is a name that was given to me by my Kumu Karen Lealoha Carol. I'm so excited that she's going to be on the show today. And my name means music of the heart. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, oh, and I guess then I feel that I should tell my spirit name as well, or my Hawaiian name, Aulani, and that means messenger of the chief, and we can have her...
I'm the chief?
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what that means, and I'm sure Kumu meant that as well.
Yeah.
So we will let her talk a little bit more about that on the show. Hi, Kumu.
Hi,
are you there?
Good morning. Yes, I am.
How was yesterday for you? You stayed dry?
Yes, kept away from that tsunami that never came, but that was very good news, so I'm very happy for us.
It was good news, but I was surprised the people were so calm, and so we have such a great system here. They were very gracious, and nobody was panicking. It was really good.
There were a lot of people. Yeah, we went to the store to get some supplies, and there were people actually getting grocery carts from people out in the parking lot because there weren't any available. But they were lined up around the store for the checker stand, and everybody was absolutely just totally organized. It was really something to see if you've never been involved with that type of thing before. Hawaii's got it together that way.
It was very
it was a lot of fun too, because I had things in my refrigerator I didn't want to spoil. Like I had eggs and I had potatoes sitting around, so I boiled the eggs and boiled the potatoes and made some pasta. And at the end, where the wave didn't come, I made some potato macaroni salad so I could share with other people. So it worked out well.
It did.
Did you have to evacuate Kumu, or were you in a spot where you were okay?
No. I was in a safe place, so, that was really good. My husband and I were safe.
That's good, because I felt like I was going camping. We had to pack up the whole truck and move it to my dad's. I was like, this is like camping, only you don't get to camp. But let's talk more about what you do. Do you want to let everybody know what is exactly that you do with the blessings and the Hawaiian names and the Lomi Lomi?
Okay, sure. Thank you. I'll introduce myself. I'm Kumu, which means teacher, Karen Lealoha Carol, and I am a Kumu Lomi Lomi, which is a teacher of the Hawaiian spiritual art of massage. And Lomi Lomi involves many facets of healing, and it's not only on a physical plane, but also emotional healing from the memories of the past, and spiritual healing by connecting with our ancestors on the other side and our spirit guides who help us to heal. So that, in a nutshell, is what Lomi Lomi is, but of course it is much more than that. It's not a style of massage or a stroke. It is a lifestyle, and which involves a lot of commitment on your part in living a life as best that you can. So that is the part about Lomi Lomi, but also as a Kahu, and the word means like a Hawaiian minister, not in the church sense of the word, but as in a ministry where we minister to people who need assistance, whether it is in blessing homes, that there have been problems there, negative energy, or spirits that are within the home. It's clearing the energy so that the family can live there in peace and harmony. So this is what we do as a Kahu. We have 13 other Kahu that I have trained to do this. And my thought was that in this day and age, it is so, with so many things happening in the world, you never can have too many people who follow the spiritual path and can help others when they are in need, and to pray for those who need help. And the third portion of this is in the giving of Hawaiian names, and that is a Hawaiian name can be passed down. My name, Le'aloha, my Hawaiian name, came through my mother. That was her Hawaiian name, and she gave it to me. I gave it to my daughter, Carly, and it was passed on to her daughter, Tiare. So all of us have that connection of the name Le'aloha, which means a lei of love, the literal translation. But there is a hidden meaning and a deeper translation to every name, and that means the connection. A lei is a connection, and this is to the past. So with love for our ancestors, we are connected to them through this lei. Aulani, I wanted to tell you that your Hawaiian name is also the messenger of the chief, but it also means the messenger of the other side, the connection with spirit. And in this case, chief is spirit, and the hidden meaning is one who speaks for the intermediary, the one who speaks for those here, and connects them to spirit and helps guide them along the way. So that is what your name means.
Right. I was hoping that you'd go into that a little bit more. And for those who are listening, that Hawaiian name is really fun, and it's quite a spiritual thing when Kumu does this for you, because you do a prayer and actually connect with spirit to give a name to the person that is asking for the name, right?
Exactly. Giving a Hawaiian name is not something you can do by looking at names and saying, gee, that sounds really nice. I think I'll call myself that.
Right. Right.
It's kapu. You cannot do it that way. And the second way of getting a name would be, the first is being handed down. And the second way is through spirit, through a dream, or through asking in prayer and meditating on it. As you know, Aulani, when I listened for your name, the first thing I saw was wind blowing through the trees. And so I wrote down all of the things that I saw. And the wind is the wind of the ancestors' spirit. And this told me that your name is very spiritual. And then I saw a rainbow that arched across the sky. And this is the connection where you help people in this realm to connect with the other side, to receive the answers. The rainbow has all of the colors, the blue for peace, the red for vitality, the lavender for spirituality, and the blue for calm, And so all of these things are together make up who you are. And you are the rainbow bridge that connects them to the other side. So this is how I found your names. And it's very interesting. Many times I don't know the person whose name I am seeking. And through prayer, I can feel their spiritual essence. And it is that spiritual essence that is who they are. For example, I was looking for a name once of one of my students, and I saw the water, and there were sparkles all on the water. It was amazing. It was just so shiny. And the water is the vai, and Kealohi means the sparkles. And so her name is Kealohi Vai, which is the sparkles on the ocean. And as I got to know her better, I realized that was exactly her spiritual name. And Kealohi.
She's very sparkly.
She is.
Personality. Yeah.
Now, Kumu, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. When we're talking about the giving of names and things like that, and You also name, although a person can have many aumakua, you also name a specific aumakua in your 5-day intensive training, I believe. And could you talk about that a little bit, about the aumakua and how you discover that?
Okay. As I see the person and I ask to feel their essence, I also see, like in front of me, a picture of their aumakua. And sometimes, for example, I may see a mo'o, which is a lizard. And the lizard is interchangeable with the dragon, which is another facet of it, and also the eel. And this is a puhi. So this is a person who can change, change who they are. And it's interesting that the name that they are given is also the spiritual gift in which they are imbued with. Like Kaleo Pu'uvai, your name is the music of the ocean. I'm sorry, Kaleo Pu'uvai, the music of the heart. And so you touch others with your music, you touch their hearts. And this is where your gift of healing is held. And it's very, very powerful. Like Aulani, you are the messenger, so your healing is done through helping others connect through spirit. Now, aumakua is it's sort of like a Native American totem, where there are, they have the moose, they have the bear, and all different animals. And through this animal, looking at the negative and positive qualities, it describes who you are, the areas where you need work, and the areas where your strength lies.
Not to interrupt you, but I want people to understand that part, because I've had confusion with people sometimes when they ask me about spirit guides and then like their animal or their totem, and some people think that they have an animal as a spirit guide, and when I'm talking about spirit guides, I'm talking about an actual, spirit form that's helping you answer questions or helping guide you, but we also have the animal figures that define who we are or that represent us on the other side, like the totem stuff and like what you're talking about, and there is a difference, correct?
Yes, there is. See, what I see is their personal aumakua. We all have a personal aumakua. This is one who guides us. There are some, for example, who have the aumakua of the butterfly. And this is a person who has made a lot of transition in their life. And so the butterfly emerges from the cocoon to start anew. So this is a new beginning. And oftentimes they've been through a lot of stress and a lot of crisis to reach the state of a butterfly. And I have a saying that says, how does one become a butterfly? And the person answering says, when you want to fly so badly, you will be willing to give up being a caterpillar. And so it is about personal growth. And this personal aumakua is what helps guide you. We have our aumakua of our family. Some of our family aumakua may be the shark, which stands for strength and power. And there are very many of them. I believe one of them was the honu, the turtle. And those who have the honu aumakua, if you look at the positive side, they are protected. They carry their strength with them on their back, like the shell. But also the part of the that you look at, which is not even negative, but on the land, the turtle walks very slowly. But in the ocean, it is free to move very fluidly. And what this says about that person is they need to find their proper place and to do those things which speak to their heart. and only then can they move smoothly through life and find what it is that they need.
Well, and so you can help people and see these types of things with people as well as the Hawaiian names, right? I mean,
yes.
if they want to learn more about that, they contact you on your website.
Yes, they would contact me, and my website is, it's a Hawaiian name, kapuaokalani.com. Kapua, K-A-P as in puppy, U-A, Kapua, is the flower. O-Kalani, that's O-K-A, L as in Larry, A-N-I.com. Kapuaokalani. And this is the flower of the heavens. And if they look onto this website under names, you will find, a little more explanation of what a Hawaiian name entails. And they can also call me, and I will listen to see what their Hawaiian name is and their aumakua.
Well, and also one of the things we wanted to talk about, too, is you're doing a couple of workshops on Maui coming up in, is it March? Yeah, March
yes.
13th and
yes.
14th?
March 13th and 14th, and this is in Lahaina. And
Lahaina,
yes. Yes, in Lahaina on Maui. And the one sponsoring it will be, is Bridget Kucher, and she is sponsoring it 13th and 14th of March, and that is a New Beginnings seminar. For the new year, we always want to be able to start anew, to release the things of the past. And this is what the seminar is about. It's about spiritual cleansing, being able to heal the past, and put it behind you, to release the fears, the anger, the sorrow that we carry. It's also about new beginnings, finding our way in the future to be able to gain the tools so that we can do this. And this is what this seminar is about.
You're gonna go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's also finding our inner child. Part of it is soul retrieval, to find out where our inner child is, and retrieving the joy that we had as a child.
Okay, and then you're going to teach them how to hear messages of spirit and some Lomi Lomi things, like it's a combination of several different things that you do.
Yes, so the 13th and 14th, they will also be learning how to hear messages of spirit. Now, everyone is able to do this. I remember one person, as we were learning, I always say to them, don't worry if you can't hear at first, because this is something, if you can't hear now, it's something you probably have left in your recycle bin, like on the computer, and it's something you can get back again. And one lady, I remember, she kept saying, no, I can't hear. And then one day she said, you know what, I just see one thing. I see one eye looking at me. And everybody kind of went, oh, well, good. She's learning. When the person on the table got off, because we were listening for messages for her, she pulls up the back of her shirt, and there tattooed on her back is one eye. And,
oh, wow.
And it was really something, and so what it does is it helps you to trust what you feel instead of disregarding the feelings that we have. And as you start to trust yourself, your gifts will grow, and you'll realize that you are receiving something that is important, and you will cherish it instead of disregarding it.
Well, and that's what I tend to run into a lot with people who are trying to get more intuitive, is they tend to disregard they don't trust what they're hearing. And so
exactly.
that class would be really helpful in validating what they're hearing, because they just think it's them making up pictures or different things in their head. You know, they do, and then they don't. Then they think, well, how can I do that? And they really need validation. So to go through a workshop like this is really helpful because you can get validation, yes, over the hours and over the 2 days, and get feedback from people, and it does create the trust and makes you more confident. And then it grows from there, like you said. It starts to come back slowly, and then it gets stronger, because I don't think people realize the more that you do it, the more you trust, the more you work on it, the stronger the connection is. So
exactly.
Yeah,
it's like a river that's making a new pathway, and you know, it may have flowed down that pathway before, but now it's blocked. And so as the water starts to flow again, it opens this pathway up, and it's amazing what you can hear and what you can sense. We are all spiritual beings, and we have this gift. It is within all of us. And even those who have not been able to hear before are able to hear now. You know, this was a gift I asked for. I wasn't always able to hear or to see, but I always say I ask for 3 gifts: to be able to hear, to be able to see, and to be able to sing. And 2 out of 3 is not bad. I still can't sing, but that's okay. I'm working on it.
That's not true. I've heard you sing.
I've heard you sing too, Kumu. You're not getting by me on that one.
It's so funny, you know, whenever I'm sick and see I lose my voice, and I'll say a little prayer. I'll say, well, God, you know what? When you restore my voice, do you think you can make it a little nicer this time so I sound better? If you're going to bring it back anyway, bring it back nicer, please.
And he does every time, too. I've listened to you sing. I've listened to you speak. The calmness and the vibration of your voice is so healing. Would you talk to us a little bit on a couple of things? The importance of ha, or breath, in Hawaiian spirituality in healing, and a couple of the layers of the meaning of the spiritual healing meaning of aloha itself.
But one other thing, if you want to do the class in March, before we move on the 13th and 14th, you can also contact Kumu on the website, she said, or you on my website if you cannot find her.
Bridget.
Yeah, or Bridget. And my website is www.jenniferopsychic.com, and Kumu and I are both on Facebook. So if you are one of my Facebook friends, you can contact me, and I'm going to try to link this show to her again, or her website, so that you can find her and become her Facebook friend.
Yes, you can become my Facebook friend. It's listed under Karen Lealoha, Leialoha, Carol. That's Carroll. So if you want to be my Facebook friend, I would love to be your friend, and you can always call and say hi and keep up to date with our thought for the day that I always post.
Yes, because you put thoughts up all the time as well, and you keep people informed about what you're doing and events that you're doing on your Facebook page, and they can also get a hold of you through your Facebook page, right?
Yes, exactly. And you know what? I wanted to also tell you about, the seminars in Maui before we move on. And on the 13th and 14th, I'm also going to be teaching them the head, neck, shoulder, arm, Lomi Lomi. And this is so relaxing. You don't need a massage table to do it. You can be having the person sit right in a chair, and I teach how to relieve pressure from the sinuses, the neck, shoulder, arms, without lotion and with lotion. So by the time you finish this, you'll be jello for sure. You know.
Well,
it's so
and then you're doing another Lomi Lomi thing in Maui the weekend after, on the 20th and 21st as well.
Yes, the 20th and 21st is on Hawaiian spirituality and Lomi Lomi massage. This is a table massage, but I also teach you about the deeper parts of the Hawaiian culture, the huna, which is the secrets of the past. The kahuna were the keepers of the life essence. And there are many things that they did where they could find places of concentrated energy and tap into the energy through sound and vibration. And these are some of the things that I would like to share. I've made a commitment to the children of the rainbow. Now, the children of the rainbow are those from Lemuria. This is an ancient continent that existed in the Pacific that spanned between where California is now, as far north as Japan, as far south as New Zealand, and it was a place of great healing. It was called Mu, M-U, and the people there were called the children of the rainbow, the children of God's promise. And what they did is it was a culture of healing where they communicated telepathically with one another. And this magical and powerful place was located on grids of energy associated with Stonehenge, Sedona, and the Great Pyramids of Egypt. And people from Lemuria traveled all over the world to share their message of aloha and of healing. And one day a great catastrophe happened. A huge wave came, and it was believed it came during the time when the earth tilted and shifted on its axis. And Lemuria was covered by this big wave, and it sunk to the bottom of the ocean. And the only thing left of Lemuria are the very uppermost mountain peaks, and this is called Hawaii. And so for people who come here and they remember what it's like to feel so loved and to have a home where they feel cherished, they are the children of the rainbow. And for these people, I want to tell you that if you want to learn, what I have to share, I will not hold anything back. I will share everything I know because I want this knowledge to continue on. And I'm sorry I kind of got off the subject here.
No, that's perfect because I want them to learn all about how they can be involved with your teachings and, all that information is really amazing that Kumu has, and you would love it. And so many people come to the islands and just say it feels like home. I get emails like this all the time. It feels like home. They loved it here. It's different to them. And I think some people think in their logical mind it's because it's like paradise and a vacation. But they don't realize the energy and the spirituality and how they connect into the islands as far as the healing. It's very different energetically here than it is on a lot of places on the mainland.
Exactly. So and what else? It is within their DNA, the memory of who they are and where they came from. And so it's like reconnecting them to their home. And when they come here, they feel it. And they say, this is my home. This is where I belong. They are the children of the rainbow.
Right, and it's kind of like what my guides, me and you have talked about, my guides like to call it your soul DNA, and they know, and it vibrates with them, and they have that memory, like you said, internally, and it's got amazing healing powers. Hawaii is amazing for healing, just healing your body and the different places that they have, the different heiaus, and it's amazing. It's just such a neat place. And you do some of the healing stuff through the Lomi Lomi, which is also really powerful. I was surprised at how much that ties into your, not just a physical massage, but your spiritual being as well. It's like it combines massage and your spiritual part of you together in one sitting.
Yes, exactly. What happens is, when they come to learn, when the students come to learn about Lomi Lomi, usually it's because something has happened in their life when they are seeking to make a change. They're seeking something outside of themselves. And so, if your life has been shaken up lately or you've put it out to the universe, I need a change, I need something, this class is something that will help open doors for you to walk through. And it teaches you how to communicate with nature everything in the Hawaiian culture, everything is alive. They are imbued with molecules of intelligence. And so you can speak to the flowers, you can speak to the land, to the sky, to the wind, to animate and inanimate objects, because they are all made out of molecules of intelligence and love. And as we know, all things are made by spirit, and so we have respect for all things, whether it is a flower or whether it is a person. So we ask permission before we even pick a flower. And when we pick the flower, we have to listen carefully for the answer. I've gone to some flowers, and from my mind and my heart, I say, may I pick you? Most flowers will say, yes, of course. Other flowers might say, well, you know what? I don't think so. I'm really pretty over here, in a place where everyone can see me. So please don't pick me. And so I have to honor that answer and go to pick and ask another flower. And this is how we learn how to respect other people and the energy of other people.
Well, in the Lomi Lomi, too, also you do energy work above the body as well, correct?
Yes, it is a combination of physical massage and energy work. And so we balance the energy of a person. I teach in this Lomi Lomi class coming up March 20th and 21st on Maui. Besides the physical massage, I also teach, and that is like opuhuli, putting the stomach back into alignment, which helps with back pain and digestive upset. I also teach balancing of the energy and to clear using shells. Now, this is really different. There isn't anyone else that uses shells with Lomi Lomi. When I lived on a heiau, a Hawaiian temple, I was shown through spirit how to use shells. In fact, yesterday I went to a wedding shower after the whole excitement of the tsunami had worn off. It was 5 o'clock, and my cousin had an arm, her shoulder was so painful, she couldn't even lift her hand higher than her shoulder without a lot of pain. Using the shells, I was able to pull out the pain, pull out the tension, and within, I'd say, 5 or 10 minutes, she could raise her hand above her head without any pain at all.
Right, and you've done this before with other people as well, and I've seen her do this. Yes, but also not only do you teach, but you also will do Lomi Lomi massage for people who want to book an appointment. They're maybe having trouble with their arm or their leg or that sort of thing as well, right?
Right, I do that, and I realize that I'm not the healer. God is a healer, and so that lets me off the hook because I really don't know how to heal, but I can be a good instrument of healing. And we have had, I specialize also in emotional pain, things, doing soul retrievals for people who have had sorrow or pain in their life. Also, the physical massage itself and the energy work, using of shells, and listening for messages of spirit for them.
Do you do the soul retrievals purely in person, or do you do that over the phone as well?
I can do it over the phone. As we learn that distance doesn't mean anything.
Right, exactly.
Yes, that can be done over the phone, and it's very, sometimes it's very emotional because these are things that we have hidden because they are so painful. And to bring them to the surface again sometimes takes a lot of, emotional energy from that person. So it can be done over the phone also.
And then you do blessings here on Oahu or on any of the islands. Well, actually, you can do it anywhere. And if they want to call you or if they want to have you travel somewhere here in Hawaii, it's a very huge thing to have all your homes blessed and any new businesses and even people. And
it is a Hawaiian tradition, yes. If before someone moves into a new home, it's a good idea to bless it, because the land also can hold the energy of what occurred there. For example, if there was a battle that occurred there, you certainly don't want to have a lovely home and have the energy of fear and war there. And if the people, say you bought a home from someone else, if they were constantly arguing or had negative occurrences there, you want to be able to clear that all out so you can start anew with your own energy and your own mana that is grounded there. So that is the reason why you have a blessing. And like, for example, in Japan, I went there to a spa where the spa therapists were so afraid to go to work because there was spiritual negativity happening. There were ghosts there that were causing a lot of trouble, and they were so afraid. And I did the Ho'oponopono prayer to cut the aka cords to the past and bless the spa. And the door just flew open, and all this energy just went right out the door, and they never had problems anymore after that. So blessings are very important for homes, businesses, even for stores. I do the blessings for the Safeway stores and some of the hotels and hospitals here.
Right. It's very important in the culture here, but I think that on the mainland, people would benefit from that as well, because they don't realize that energy leaves like an imprint, which, like me and you, we see the imprint and feel the imprint, and I think everybody feels it, but they don't know what it is. They just know it's gone after you do what you do.
Yeah, it's like walking on a sandy beach. Whoever was there before will leave their imprint on the beach, and we need the wave, like the salt water, to come and to clear it all. And once it's clear, then you can start anew. You can even, blessings are also wonderful to help people to heal, like in the hospital. Can you imagine all of the people who were in that room prior to the patient being there and all of their negative energy? So it's important to clear it all out so that the person can begin to heal.
Yes, and I love your pictures with words, because I do that on my Facebook all the time. People love that, but it seems easier for them to understand when we paint the pictures with our words like that. And I want to mention your website again before we keep going on, because just in case anybody missed it, and it's KAPUAOKALANI.com. And you can, again, find Kumu on through my website, JenniferOPsychic.com, or either of us on Facebook. And you can get a hold of her through me if you can't find her. And you also do one on Oahu if anyone's interested on Wednesdays, don't you? But that's through the Hawaiian Healing Arts.
Yes, I'm sponsoring that one. Also, if you would like to reach me, if you Google Karen Le'aloha Carol, there is on YouTube, there is a video that will come up about teaching Lomi Lomi massage, and I think it's about 5 minutes, and it shows one of the places in Heiau where it is a Hawaiian temple, and this is where I'm teaching the Lomi Lomi. So you can look it up on YouTube also. Oh,
and actually, I just Google Kumu Karen, Kumu Karen, and your website comes up right off on the top.
That's
so
amazing.
That works as well. And or if you are someone who would like to put on a workshop or bring Kumu to teach anything about Hawaiian spirituality or Lomi Lomi massage, you also can contact her or bring her into a business to help with your business or to do a blessing there. I know that you've had offers all over to where businesses or teachers they've brought you in to help either teach or, do all kinds of different things as far as the Lomi Lomi and the Hawaiian spirituality. And I think that we have a question online, so we're going to see if they have a question for you.
Okay.
It'll take just a minute to get them in. So, area code 613.
Hi, my name is Erin.
Hi, Erin.
And
Do you have a question?
Yes, I turned in too late, unfortunately. It's almost over. I would like to know about the Hawaiian name blessing.
Oh,
go ahead,
I'm
Kumu.
sorry. Could you say that
repeat
again?
that, please?
Certainly. I would like to know about the Hawaiian name giving that Karen does.
Okay, I can answer that. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
For the prayer, usually I say a prayer and I ask to see the essence of that person. And what I will see is sort of like a little travel log about who they are and what kind of healing work they do. And as I jot down all of these things that I'm shown, then I can hear the name that is given. Sometimes it takes a long time to hear a name, and other times it'll just come immediately. But this is how a Hawaiian name is given, through prayer and through asking.
And how can somebody receive one?
Okay, what you can do is you can call me. I can also, let's see, Jennifer, is it okay if I give out my phone number? Or is it better?
Absolutely. Give your number so anyone else can call and find out.
Okay. You can reach me in Hawaii at area code 808-228-3813. And this is my cell number. Okay. And you can call me, and then I can set up to a time when I can feel your essence and to give you a Hawaiian name.
Wonderful.
It's absolutely amazing, Erin. She can talk more about it to you when you call her, but it's such an honor. It's so amazing to receive your Hawaiian name and just feel it's just so spiritual to have that done. My son wanted to have it done immediately when he met Kumu Karen, and now my daughter. So she's kind of have a wait list on my family, but.
But there's a lot of us.
But
Erin, what I see about you too is I see a lot of flowers around you, and very close to the earth, very grounded, and very loved. Part of that comes across and seeking, always seeking and wanting to help other people. You're a truly generous person. And sometimes a little sad. Your heart feels a little sad, but in your Hawaiian name, as I feel all of these things about you, your name will come forth. And what will happen is I will give the literal translation of your name, which, say for example, is Le Aloha, which is my name. It means lay of love, but the deeper meaning is the connection to the other side. All of the flowers are connected. And so it will tell me your gifts, your spiritual gifts, and how this opens a door for you. With a new name, it is a new beginning, and you can heal whatever is in your heart, and you can help others and also learn how to receive, because we all need to learn how to be good receivers. We're usually wonderful givers. So
yes, definitely.
Kumu, we only have about 60 seconds remaining. Sorry to break in there.
Okay.
Erin can get it.
But Erin, please call Kumu. She'll love to tell you more, and anybody else that wants to call. Do you want to give your number one more time, Kumu?
Sure. It's area code 808-228-3813. And what I do is, if you make an appointment with me, I can talk to you, I can give you your name, and you will receive a certificate with your name on it and your aumakua. So give me a call, and I'll let you know more about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Aloha.
Kumu, it was so wonderful having you on the show today. Please check out her website and or contact me or contact her at that number, and we will probably try to have you on again, and we can talk more about any of the things we didn't get to, because this probably should have been a 2-hour show. But
yeah, most definitely.
We'll talk to you soon, Kumu. Aloha.
Thank you, Bunny. Aloha. Aloha, Kaleo.
Aloha, Kumu. Aloha.